So I want you to see, like, the things that I chose to teach y'all were very, very purposeful because I expect a certain response from the world, and that's what you got, Nutter. You got that same old scared lawyer. What are you talking about? I don't really know where you're going, so I'm just gonna shut you completely down. And then you trying to tell me that she did what? She got a harassment on you now? Oh, yeah. We don't want that. We cannot have no lawyer talking about we harassing them. Nutter, you came with the truth. I look. I'm proud. I know what you came at her with. I just know how they respond when you come at them that way, and I just want to give you a way to do this in a peaceful way that might get a response out of it. Now look, both ways, your way that you went and the way that I'm telling you, might get shut down just as equal. So I ain't saying that one better than the other. I'm just saying that I did teach y'all a certain way and certain specific things that I think may or may not make that lawyer a little bit more comfortable with trying to respond to you because it's information that everybody know. The 14th Amendment, everybody can go there, but nobody can break it down like you can if you choose this way to do it. So I'm not saying better, or I'm definitely not saying one way is better than the other. I just have done this with them lawyers. So I've been doing this for like 10 years, talking to lawyers. Some that was my friends. I'm talking about very, very good friends of mine. But this information challenged them in a way that it almost, they spent a lot of money on their education. When we,
Not in week. I'm just saying.
I agree with you there. I agree with you
Me
there.
too. Time and money.
Yeah. Lawyers have carved out a particular status within the American system too. Like all of y'all know, because y'all are professionals now. Y'all know that you can get a law degree and then go into any profession you want. You get a law degree, you'll be a principal. You get a law degree, you'll be some managing it. You get a law degree for some reason. The law degree is almost like you are a status of your own in American society. And I'm telling you, y'all are really, by coming at them this way and exposing some ignorance in them, you are telling these people that's been walking on water that y'all ain't Jesus.
Yeah.
And we can expose your ass, right? So
Bakery Jesuses.
that
Okay.
that that knowledge, like you got a power that see. So like our classes now are going to is going to be how to wield the power that you have. You cut that lawyer's head off, all the way off. Wow, one strike. Okay, she
I was
dead
not.
now. She is dead to us now.
I was not.
We gotta figure out. We gotta figure out how to slap them around a little bit, right, without killing them, and then we
Right.
might can shake them up and get some use out of them. Because I've been doing it your way,
Well,
Netta. I've been doing it your way. I got so many
yeah.
dead lawyers in my path. I killed a lot of them, but they useless now. We gotta
Yeah,
figure.
but okay. So that's my. I'm not. Okay. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to so much cut their head off, but
Yeah, you are.
wait a minute. Wait
Yes,
a
you
minute.
is. Yes, you is. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
The
thank
point
you
that I'm
very
trying to
much.
say is this though. The point I'm trying to say is this though. This bullshit been going on for a long time, and people are getting run like we're like you got people getting like just run through the mail all the time, and we're seeing it. It's like
Time is
it's
wasted.
like okay,
I get you.
stop what you're doing. Like it's almost in a way like in essence like you're killing us, you're hurting us.
This information is a blessing and a curse. Like, the first thing I
Oh
thought.
shit.
Look, the first thing that
Spoken
I
like a
thought
tree.
when you just made that comment was, and this is gonna sound a little messed up, but I'm so glad that I'm sharing, like you guys are sharing this burden with me. I know that might sound messed up, but how lonely was has it been, to not even be able to bounce information off people that understand what you're talking about, that will read and do this, like you are starting to really understand how much of a burden information can be when you ahead of the curve and you gotta wait for people to catch up. That's what's happening right now, right? Like your
Yeah.
knowledge of the American system, right, has surpassed the box that you're placed in at birth that you're never supposed to get out. You have gotten out all the way. And everything that's a profession in this country now, especially when it comes to law and government and all that, is that you understand how it has to work. You you understand you've exposed, you can smell it. And everybody else has no sensory, they can't see or touch or nothing, and you can see it and smell it. So look, I'm sorry that you got to carry this burden now, that you decided to join these classes every Saturday and learn the American system, and now you can't see nothing different. I'm sorry, but look, what we got to learn how to do is not cut these lawyers. We got to stop cutting these heads. Because look, no, and this is the thing that's also boosting me too. A part of the process is cutting off heads until you realize that I gotta do it a little different because I got a trail of dead lawyers behind me. I can't use them. So we gotta figure out how to slap them around a little bit and keep their heads on the neck, Nutter.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the
Okay.
reason why
Right.
I've chosen to teach y'all particular things to try to keep the heads on these people a little bit, right? Because they need they need saving too. The part that hurts is that
Some of our hands almost got cut off.
the
By
part
some.
yeah, the part that hurts is that you look to these people as people that can help you. A lawyer has always been billed as somebody that is smart, respectable in the community, and that can help you understand whatever. And you go to this person and they ignorant as fuck. And you like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Not
scary.
you. Look, not you.
Yeah, you. You.
Not
Okay, I'm sorry.
you.
I'm gonna have to.
See, Nutter, you cut their head off, and I'm just trying to tell you. I'm gonna teach you how
We
to
in a
slap
next
them.
look.
I'm gonna teach you how to
We
slap
about
them
to get
around.
hit.
Jeez.
I'm just saying.
Mm,
I've seen some people. I'm about to get run over.
mm, mm.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was
I
gonna
guess
talk about today. I had no plan
I'm
for
trying. I'm
for what we
sorry.
was gonna talk about today until you gave me that story. Thank you, Nutter,
You're welcome.
because you need some slapping around, okay?
Me?
I ain't gonna cut your head off. But look,
What I do?
now you alright, you cutting these lawyers' heads. Look,
That's just one. I ain't got to like 100 of them yet.
alright, cause I got bodies. Alright, I got bodies.
Yeah. Okay. See, you got some death. You got
I
some body.
got so just that's all I'm saying. Listen to me, cause I got a trail. And look,
Huh?
some friendships that have been, not necessarily severed, but been pushed to the limit, you know. So this is what I want you to do. Okay, I'm gonna give you a step by step lawyer. This is how you talk to the lawyers. Here we go. I know you put your hand on your head. First, take them to the 14th Amendment. Why? Because what you want to do is you want to build them up first. All right. You want to say, look, we agree about something. Let's start in a space where we see eye to eye. Lawyers smarter than me. And you take them to the 14th Amendment. Section 1, the first sentence. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens. Okay? Are citizens. So, if lawyer person smarter than me, if you're saying that this is the law that created black, right? And give them the quotations. Y'all see my quotes? Let me get them closer. Okay, see that? If this is the law that created black citizenship, right? Lawyer smarter than me, I just got a couple questions. One, you mean before this law we weren't citizens? Yes. Okay. So that means that before this law, the United States of America was a foreign country to the people who call themselves, can y'all see my quotations? You see them? So you mean to tell me that the United States was a country foreign to the people who call themselves black? Yes or no? Lawyers smarter than me, they would have to answer yes, right? So black was a position of non-citizen as far as the United States of America was concerned before the 14th Amendment. Yes, yes, motherfucker, yes. All right, I just wanted to be clear. All right, so my question to you is, can a country that you are not a part of make you a citizen without asking? Can law do that? You're a lawyer. I'm just asking. Can law from a country that's not yours compel their citizenship on you without asking? Now, if you think that's a crazy question that I'm asking you, I don't want you to think I'm being too crazy. I'll give you an example of when the United States of America had to ask a people that were not their citizens. And this is an example of people saying yay and no. Right here. Puerto Rico. Jones Act. Residents of the island were granted United States citizenship and allowed to reject it voluntarily. I'm asking you, lawyer smarter than me, doesn't a country have to ask you? Don't they need your voluntary acceptance in order to make you a citizen? Isn't that contracting, international contracting 101? See, look, then this what you do. Then you can take them here to the legal definition of citizen. And you saying, all I'm saying is that the Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. And it must be therefore presumed that no one is a citizen who is not one. See, your choice, look, you don't know that they're asking you when they keep throwing a fucking a racial category at you. See, I'm saying, lawyer smarter than me, that because I know that they have to ask you, the only thing built up in our American system that is a process of asking somebody is our racial categories. They ask us, are we white, all the time? And we keep saying no. I'm saying, Netta, you can do this in a way that you slap them around without cutting their head off. You can do that. And this is and look, I taught you this because of my time-honored battles after battle with lawyers that I cut their head completely off. Some of them are not my friends no more. See, I went with my friends because I knew a lawyer that I didn't know wasn't going to give me the time of day. But when I started slapping my friends around, wielding this power that I did not know how to wield. Because if you swing it hard, it's going to cut anything in this path. You got to know that power that you have, Netta, and you got to know how to wield this thing correctly. You killed that lawyer. You laughing because you know that she's dead. You killed her, and she is already, you are harassing. You a harassment. You ain't no harassment. But you harassing her. I think this is the better one. I ain't saying this. I ain't saying that you did anything wrong. I'm gonna continue to say it, but we gotta find a way to kill him with kindness. We gotta find a way to
Not scare some people on this. I think the numbers drop.
look. People like, oh, I'm out of here. This class is too much. Look, no, but
My head off. I'm not even a lawyer.
I picked out a particular. You know what? Damn it! I gave y'all the curriculum too. I'm just as bad. But I did point out, and I did teach y'all some specific things because um, I know that certain things scare people off. And there's certain things you can say it in a way where it's going to be scary to them, but at the same time, it's really going to stop them in their tracks. How does how does a lawyer answer that question of can a law just of a country that's not yours just make you a citizen? When you hit them with that, you gonna see their shoulders drop. If you in person, their shoulders gonna drop a little bit because that's something to think about. A foreign country can just create a law and now make me a citizen, whether I like it or not.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, you on? You on with L?
Hey, this is Raya. Um, Now, you're saying that, there's a choice given or not given for citizenship. Now, those who choose not to be a citizen, and do they have to select or claim a country to be a citizen to, or they just be no citizen to no country? And I've heard people try to do that. But, no, I don't see any benefit to that at all. I'm just asking.
Well, I think that the black situation in America is an example of a people offer citizenship but decline it. You just said I don't see no benefit of having no country. Well, that's exactly the position of black in America. You don't have a country. And yes, Mariah, it's no benefit to having no nation because you have no nationality. That's what black is. Black is the position of being offered a citizenship and declining it. Okay, watch this. Black, just like the people in Puerto Rico, the 288 people in Puerto Rico who declined were left nationless. When we rejected, they were left without a nationality. They're the equivalent to black unless they go to another nation and get another and apply for their nationality and become a citizen of that nation. But in the current situation of just rejecting U.S. citizenship, you are a refugee at that point. You are a non-national refugee. So that was a good question, Mariah. And the black experience in America is an example of people being offered citizenship and rejecting it because they didn't choose life.
They're choosing that because they don't know that, right?
That's the only reason why. If they knew, they would be checking. Everybody has a right to a nationality. Okay? And so, because blacks are choosing to not be citizens, you are exercising your right. And that's why there's no international uproar. Because they can go to the UN and be like, look, we give them a choice. As soon as they born, we always ask them. Even when they out of birth. Every time they do something important, we throw a racial category in front of their thing. We ask them. We have a system in our country where we ask all the time, did you accept citizenship? And these people consistently hit black. all the time. And so we have a way of asking built into our system. They just keep checking black and keep wanting to be refugees here. We're not making them. So this not no international look. The UN, the internet, they can't do nothing. Why? Because you have a choice. You're exercising your right. Every time you hit black, you exercise your right again.
In order for them to know they keep rejecting this, we gotta approach them with the 14th Amendment.
We gotta learn how to not cut their heads with it. We gotta put them in a position where we can give them enough information without them totally rejecting us that they might get back with us, that they might sit with it for a little bit. They might drink a cup of tea and be like, maybe the relationship that I had with you might just I don't want really, but the way that you pose things in a logical way does have me having to think like, maybe you got something.
So does that bring another connection to what you're saying as far as selecting black, as far as black category as group, a group of people from originating from certain places or something like that, and not connected to a country?
See, when you look at the SF 181, the black category is the only one that says that does not have original people of. Okay, and they can't say original people of the continent of Africa because you didn't originate in Africa. Your origin is where you were born. And you were born in the United States. And so all the categories, the other categories say um, uh, original people of Asia, the original people of Europe, the original people. But when they go to black, they don't say original people. They say black racial groups of Africa.
Right.
They can't use the word origin because you didn't originate from there. Origin is where you're born. So I can't put that on that. You didn't originate from there. Okay? And then now that you don't claim your origin as America, you claim Africa as your origin, even though you were born here. When you got that type of mix up, you do not you cannot be a citizen of the United States. Watch this. Watch this. It says all natives are not citizens of the United States. It says the descendants of the Aborigines, the original people of the United States of America, we call them Native Americans now. Those people, if that's who you call yourself, and those of African origin, look at this. Look at the words that they use. And it says, and those of African origin. Right? If you were born in Africa, then you can't be a citizen here. If that's your origin, if you say Africa is your origin, like you call yourself an African American, oh okay. Them people are not entitled to citizenship in the United States. If you don't even know your origin, if you call yourself black or African American, claiming African origin, even though you was born in the United States, if you confused, you can't be a citizen. That's what they saying. If you got some confusion about where you was born and where you at, if you don't even know, listen to this now. If you don't know where you was born or where you at, you don't have enough knowledge to be citizen. You are so confused, we can't use you. I'm gonna just pause on that one because
Yep.
if you can't understand where you were born or where you're at, we can't use you. We can exploit you though. Look, I'm not saying that we want you to leave. No, you ignorant. I can use you. I can't make you a citizen though because that's too much responsibility. You gotta know law and this, that, and the other. But we keep you here, right? Exploit you to create a privilege for ourselves. Look, and then the whole time we're gonna do this, we're gonna have an option always there for you to join our ranks when you can get yourself together. How about that? That's kind of that's humane, right? When you come to the understanding of knowing where you at and where you was born, that ain't even. I mean, that seems simple to me. But when you can get yourself together, then you can be a citizen. But until then, I'm gonna exploit you, your family. If you keep teaching your kids ignorance too, I'm gonna get them too when they get of age. Until somebody teach you who you are and where you at.
Absolutely.
And when you say it like that, right? When you say it like that, it don't seem so devious of a plan to hold you back, really, because not this
I
is
hear
really.
people.
Go ahead.
I, I hear those who say that they're not a citizen and they have diplomatic immunity, but what country are you attached to have diplomatic immunity and all of that other stuff? That's my question.
If you're part of international law, right, then you have to be a national of a country. It's internationals law, right?
Right.
That's for nationals. See, all of the countries that's a part of the UN, they agree that that's countries and its citizens, its nationals. And so you do not have a place in international law if you're not a national of a country.
Right.
And so when people hit you with that, you say, all right, well, don't talk international law with me then. I don't even know what body of law y'all under if you're not a part of the country. Some refugee law or something? Because please don't mention no international treaties, nothing. Don't do that because now that's for nationals. They'll let them wiggle out of that. Then they'll wiggle out of that because if you're gonna mention some UN and some national diplomats and all, that's all a part of the international community, the community of nations, and its citizens nationals. And so I don't know what law you're a part of if you're gonna do all that. I don't know where that law. I don't know what body. I don't know who's a part of that. I don't even know who you are. Identify yourself. See, because when you call yourself an American citizen, right, you naming your law and everything. You naming your country. When you say white, you an American citizen, American jurisprudence, right? Home of the UN. I know who you are. I know your law. If you say Nigeria, if you say Canada, look. If you say England, they got a parliament. You know how they look. I know your law. When you tell me the country, I understand who you are. When you say I'm not a national, okay, I don't know your law. It ain't international law. Who are you? What governs you? Oh, you want that sovereignty? Well, I'm my own law and all that. Yeah, okay, well, go ahead then.
Govern yourself accordingly.
Yeah, govern yourself. Govern yourself. And look, I ain't mad at you, but I understand that blacks in America are pros at the non-national, non-citizen refugee position, and they complain a lot. And so people who want to join those ranks, I say talk to the blacks and see if that's a situation you want to be a part of, that you want to choose voluntarily. Because the blacks don't like it.
Yeah, there's no support, no nothing. I mean, just like it says, a group.
Blacks are a group because they are a collection of humans that have been conned equally. That's what makes them a group. Not because they was born in the same place. They are a group because they are equally exploited all over, all throughout, in north, west, east, and south of the United States of America. They get the same treatment everywhere because they're not citizens.
Right.
That's what make them a group. We gotta challenge some of these lawyers. We gotta ask them, what is the form of law in this country? Are you telling me that the law can make people who are not even under it citizens of this country? Can the law do that? Can it compel somebody that's not under its jurisdiction to perform a certain way? Can it just make you a citizen? Can it do that? Lawyer smarter than you? That is a simple question, Meta. Can it do that? Can you explain to me how law can do that? And if so, can I expect that Mexico can create a law and make me a citizen there and do it? I mean, can they do that? Or is there some type of voluntary compliance necessary in order to create a contract with the country? Where do I get to say yay or nay? Does it exist? I know one thing, we got these racial categories that don't make no sense to nobody. And then you sit back and smile and let them chew on that and hope that they get back to you. Because that's peaceful. That's very peaceful. I'm asking what the core of law can do in our country. Can it compel performance of people that's not under its jurisdiction? Is it that strong? Is there some contract part to this that I have to voluntarily accept? Because they had to do that in Puerto Rico. See, and you're giving them an example of exactly what you're talking about, so they can't act all crazy like, oh, you don't know what you're talking. Well, they got this Puerto Rico that they had to ask them. Is that policy? Is that how the policy works? That you got to ask? Because if so, well, I got a part of history that don't necessarily line up that way. Or it does, or it did. Look, or guess what? The 14th Amendment does line up that way. A choice was given. It wasn't offered. But nobody told us how to even, what the offer was, how to accept it, nothing. Or maybe everything is cool. And we just need to understand it differently. And understand that we were given a choice and how to exercise it. Is this thing right here say only the Constitution does not authorize any but white persons to become citizens of the United States. And it's telling you that if you think your origins is African American, black, you ain't, look, if you don't know where you at or where you from, nah, not here. You gotta at least know that. Then let the lawyer wiggle around that one. Then we'll use all your legalese and all of your words, and get out of that. Simple question. Can it compel somebody that ain't theirs to citizenship? That's important. You can just make me. Can it do that? Answer that for me. Smarter than me. And when you can answer that small little, come on now, law, that should have been Law 101, right? Ain't that the first semester? Don't y'all learn what the law can't do before you learn what it can do? That's how I learned it. I learned law with what you can't do. I learned the limits. I wanted to start with the limits. Because it's not, the law ain't God, right? The law ain't all omnipotent. The law is not that. The law has limits. I started with the limits first. I want to know where it can go, what it can't do. I need to know that you got to accept it in order for you to be under it. I need to know all that. I need to know how this works. And because I study the limits of the law, that's how we understand that this 14th Amendment can't make you no citizen. Because we know what the limits are. And when you talk to that lawyer, you be like, don't it have a limit? Don't it have some limit? The law, especially American jurisprudence, right? Don't it have some limit? Can it only affect its citizens? Can it only compel its citizens? And if you're telling me that we started off not being it, then it can't compel nothing out of me. And now you're not introducing nothing that they don't know. You're not challenging them by words and definitions that they didn't they don't even know. They don't. But they think they know this. Good. They think they got this. And when you put that inkling of doubt in something that they thought for sure that they had all the way, that's how we started. Look, that's how we that's the small crack that we looking for. I taught y'all a specific blueprint just for this, and I'm glad, Nutty, that you had the experience you had. I'm glad you chopped that head off. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad because we all learned. You learned from that. We all learned from that slaying of that lawyer. But yes, that's what you did. That's what you did. And she ain't no good to us no more. I'm so glad you ain't put her name out there or nothing because she ain't no good to us no more.
Almost dead.
She's dead. We're gonna have to try this on another one.
Facebook. This lady, run from her.
No, we're not gonna put her name out there. Look,
Alright.
this is what I want you to do. Notice
I did post this though. I don't know if you saw it, but I said, you know, it's very interesting when a judge, an attorney, or a cop can tell you ignorance of the law is no excuse, but they can't give you the law. Just saying.
Well, that's why it's so important, right? For us. Look.
What you say?
Judge Muta.
No, please.
Look, she like Judge Dredd. She the cop, the execute, the judge, and the executioner.
Then the jury and the executioner, all three in one. Okay.
Better. I'm so glad.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad that
Don't be sorry.
This is good because what happens is
This is a great
I'm to kill people out here. I'm just.
that's we saving the life of the next lawyer that you come into contact with. Hey, we want them to be able to go home to their family. Hey.
Right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They do say the cops say, okay. Would you? Okay. Maybe I should just hurt a cop. How about that? They just.
I'm gonna erase that. That part gets erased from this broadcast.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. We are such a peaceful organization. We are a peaceful
I'm
organization.
not I'm just saying.
We do not promote any violence. If you want to hurt them, you hurt them with the truth.
That's what I'm saying. Hurt them with the truth. That's what I was trying to say. I don't
Look,
mean hurt them like
cops they do not know the law. So
okay.
one thing that I want you to understand too, I want you to
Yeah, but it's left and right though.
Huh?
They be coming at us left and right though.
Look, ignorance of the law is
stuff, and I'm like, what are they doing?
ignorance of the law is no excuse. You're so right. That's why it's ignorance of the law is no excuse. It is
that's what they tell us.
It's our responsibility as a citizen to know the law.
Yeah, someone, officer such and such. Okay, so what's the law there?
But you can't ask them the law though, because that's not their job.
Yeah.
They enforce codes. They are not law.
Statutes, codes, and ordinance.
That's all they are. They protect property. That's what they're about. And guess what? They treat the citizens pretty good.
They what?
They treat the citizens pretty good.
White ones.
The white ones. No, that's the only ones. The only ones are white.
Let's emphasize that. The white ones.
The only ones that are citizens are the white ones. Everybody else is out there. They're refugees. So, I want you guys to have these definitions readily available. I say have them bookmarked on your phone, right? So you can get to them quickly. I had that 14th Amendment somewhere quick. I had this definition of citizen somewhere quick. And that Jones Act of Puerto Rico really puts them in a bind because now you're not just talking about no hypothetical. Doesn't the law have to ask you whether, and look, no example of that in the no. We're gonna show you an example. Guess what? This ain't even no example that happened in Turkey or somewhere else. No, we're gonna give you an example that happened in this country where they were dealing with a country that wasn't under their jurisdiction. They had to ask those peoples, do you want to join? That got to give you a voluntary opportunity to accept or deny. And this is, I love the way that you see the word voluntary associated with citizenship always, right? And you always see voluntary associated with race. These are just more proof that they are associated. There's a nexus between the two. And the fact that they have to use this word voluntary over and over between the two of them show you that there's a connection here. You've got a choice to be a national or a citizen or not, just like you got a choice of the race that you are. The game is just to continue to teach you that you born your position, so you'll never exercise the voluntary nature of these two situations. So advice when it comes to a lawyer is you use these three: Jones Act, legal citizen, 14th Amendment. You use those to put them in a position where you're asking them to explain it to you. You say, in my study, I found, right, these three things that's made me understand this country a little bit differently. And so, because we're having a disconnect because these are three things that we both can understand, but I know we understand them differently. And maybe you can bring me to your side, or maybe you might come to my side. But look, I'm not we're not starting with information that you got and I don't, and I'm gonna use what I know against you because I know you don't know it. No, let's all have the same information. Look at it together. Look, even if you gotta chew on it for a day or two, at least when we come back and talk, we're talking about the same information. Nobody surprising nobody. We both can read words and understand. You using your law profession background, I'm using my self-taught understanding of the facts, and let's come together and figure this thing out together. I think you can help me understand this better. If you can explain this to me, smarter than me, lawyer, then you can bring me up. The whole time, you know that you're going to put them in such a bind with this. If they accept your offer, they ain't going to be bringing you up. You're going to be putting them in a tremendous trick bag to where they may not be able to answer anything. They may figure out that it might be best to not say anything. And that's a win. And they still got their neck, nutter.
Their head.
Yes. They still got their head.
Alright.
Cause you rough, man. I hate to be a lawyer, had to talk to you, boy. You rough.
No, I'm not rough.
Yes, you is. Yes, you is. Every time you say I'm not, this gonna be a quick question. Every time you say something like that, it's opposite day with you.
No, it's I'm not rough. I'm not. I was basically asking
A simple question, right? Yeah.
question.
Okay.
It was just a simple question. I was not getting emotional. If anybody was emotional, it was her. She was just like tripping. It's like, okay. Then she was like, "You sound like one of those Trump supporters. You sound like one of those Christians." I'm like, those questions I just asked you constitutes me being a Trump supporter. How? I just asked you a simple question. what black racial wisdom benefit is there? Where does Trump and that lies? I'm just trying to. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where she got 9 heads. I'm trying to figure out where she.
No, when I first met you,
like I'm crazy. I'm looking at her like she got 9, 10 heads. I'm like, where did you get Trump and Christianity coming from? That one question.
No, when I first met you, I thought Trump supported too. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
You did stop. No, you didn't.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
No, you're not. She's a Trump supporter.
I'll tell you one thing. Trump is trying to. I think that his presidency is showing a resurgence in white, right, supremacy, and we know what that is. That's citizenship. That's citizen supremacy. And so, whether you realize it or not, the position that you're in as white, this president is doing a lot of things in your favor.
No, I get that.
You don't fear Trump. If you're in the position that you're in, you are not fearing Trump. If I was a minority, I would be on the lookout. But because you're not a minority, Trump ain't doing nothing to put you in a bad spot in this country.
Can I take it just